初めて足を踏み入れる旅行者のレンズを通して、巨大都市、東京が実際にどのように映るのか、疑問に思ったことはありませんか？未来の息吹を感じさせる超高層ビル群だけでなく、このメガシティには魅惑的でノスタルジックな魂が隠されています。活気に満ちた伝説的な渋谷スクランブル交差点の熱狂から、最高級の豪華なホテルの客室でのリゾート体験に至るまで、東京に心を奪われる覚悟を決めてください。それでは、ドイツ人男性観光客の足跡をたどり、今すぐ旅を始めましょう。
Day number 1 in Tokyo.
My first time in Japan, having traveled to almost every country in Asia, the expectations were high, and I gotta say, Tokyo was nothing like I expected it to be.
日本に到着した初日、男性観光客はすぐさま伝説的な渋谷スクランブル交差点の行き交う人並みに溶け込みました。東京は近代的な都市であるにもかかわらず、彼は古い型のバスやタクシー、そして若者たちのスタイリッシュなものから遊び心あふれるものまで多様なファッションスタイルを通じて、ノスタルジックな雰囲気を色濃く感じ取りました。世界で最も混雑する交差点の一つで群衆の中を縫うように歩く体験は、まさに圧倒的で素晴らしいスタートとなりました。
Day number 1 in Tokyo. I think everybody can tell where we are. Everybody's just zigzagging through the streets. This is the Shibuya crossing. Honestly, a bit of a challenge to pass through a world-famous place without a doubt. Now, this is like the modern face of Tokyo from the 90s, the 2000s. But honestly, when I am here, what I feel is absolute retro vibes. Old Japanese buses driving. We have these old Japanese taxis, and in many ways, this doesn't feel like the future. This feels super retro. The lights. This, for you, is Shibuya. The way these two girls are dressed is pretty much very, very common. I like it. Very fashionable. Some people high fashion, others much more playful. Wandering here for the past 20 minutes. The sun is slowly setting. You do have to say this neighborhood is like no other. Like it's buzzing. Some guys are driving through. Oh, another all across walk. Okay, it's not just one of them. So basically everybody's just zigzagging and fighting for their life. Everybody's everywhere some kind of music is playing. Yeah, sun is gonna be slowly setting. I think I'm gonna be calling it a day, still recovering from the road a little bit.
また別の朝、彼は渋谷とは全く対照的な顔を持つ街、秋葉原へと移動しました。ここはサブカルチャーの楽園と呼ばれ、漫画やアニメのおもちゃを販売する無数の小さな店舗が立ち並び、至るところに免税の看板が掲げられています。情熱に満ちた独自のポップカルチャーの中心地をその目で直接目撃できたことは、実に興味深く、色彩豊かな体験でした。
And on a different morning, welcome to a very different neighborhood. We are in Akiba, as the locals call it. We just saw a sign. Full, I think it's called Akihabara. And just coming out of the subway, we're gonna be getting an idea together. Very, very different. Like Shibuya is probably, I don't know, an hour drive or something from here. This is the thing about Tokyo. It's very spread out. If you're in the center, where it's kind of like the central station, it's pretty much in the middle of these two right now. And this neighborhood is famous, from what I understand, from what I've been told. It's kind of like a subculture, really, neighborhood. So all kinds of different anime, manga. So now we're talking, starting to get it. Basically another one, a little bit more old school shopping street. I see tax-free signs absolutely everywhere. And this side there, kinds of mangas, different drawings. So for you to get an idea what kind of neighborhood we're speaking of, basically very small, little local manga, comics, anime, shops. For anybody that is into that, it's probably absolute heaven. The real. Please do not remove unpaid books from the floor. Well, that makes sense. Another way of saying don't steal. Cute. Charming. As I said, cute, charming.
午後も探索の旅を続け、男性観光客は広大な都市の風景の中にそびえ立つ世界一高い電波塔である東京スカイツリーを鑑賞するために浅草エリアを訪れました。古典的な美しさと未来の息吹を色濃く残す印象的な美しさをこれほど見事に調和させることができる東京はまさに魔法のような都市です。
We have made it into a different neighborhood. I put two things on the map. On the one side, some famous temple we're going to check out in a second. But even more so for me personally, I'm a big skyline guy. I'm interested in new developments. I'm interested in where the world is going. In Japan so far, Tokyo has been amazing. It's one of the most interesting cities. But in most ways, it feels more retro than futuristic. But being out here, I gotta tell you, on one side we have the tallest tower in the world. I don't mean building, I mean just tower in the sense of it's for TV, for transmission, so not a residential building or office. Some freaky boats. I mean, this one's probably like a good 15-20 years old, and back then this was probably absolutely insane. Looks very cool. I've seen it actually earlier from a different place. In the distance I thought it was just a tower, then I realized tallest in the world on the one side, and on the other hand you see it pretty much from no matter where you are in the city. I would say this is the first neighborhood that feels really a bit grand. You know, after all, we are in the largest city in the world by urban population, and this is the place where you kind of feel it. So many cars, trains, everything, and tourists in this area for sure. Check this out, guys.
ここで彼は神聖な仏教寺院、浅草寺を散策し、伝統的な線香の煙や人々がおみくじを引く姿が、近代的な住宅ビル群の中に美しく入り混じる雰囲気を堪能しました。古き良き宗教建築と近代的な巨大建築物が都市の中心で完璧に融合する様子は、まさに息を飲むような光景です。
So, this is a neighborhood that has a famous Buddhist temple. My temple is the Sky Tree, super interesting. I think we're gonna wander back here when it's gonna get dark, and right now it's getting dark around 4 p.m., which is actually quite crazy. I don't know, the last time I was in a place where it gets dark that crazy early. Let's see. For the cultural part of today, we are generally in the Asakusa district. This is a huge shrine here, actually quite a bit bigger than I expected. What I love about it is it's easily accessible. It's a super, let's say, just chill and fun neighborhood to be around, especially if you want to see the spire, which was the main reason I wanted to come personally. And what you find is that you have this shrine, which definitely has been rebuilt, because after World War II there has been not much left. I don't know about this one in particular, but all around it, modern buildings, residential. I think the tower is starting to peek through, so super cool the fact that you can walk through this temple without any entrances or admissions. Maybe the operational part inside, but here mostly just a walk-in area. Inside is the place of worship. Anybody knows what they're doing here? Some kind of papers, letters, they're shaping it. I have no idea. Some holy smoke.
この旅における贅沢なハイライトは、彼が42階に位置する 東京で最も新しく豪華なホテルの一つにチェックインした時でした。夜の蝶が織り、広大な都市と象徴的な東京タワーを遮るものなく見渡せる、暗いばかりの光に包まれた客室に、彼は完全に圧倒されました。さらに、タワーを真正面に臨む屋外プールでリラックスし、非常に熱いサウナを満喫したことで、この首都でのリゾートステイは信じられないほどハイエンドで完璧なものとなりました。
So we are about to check in to one of the newest and what some people say is the best hotel in Tokyo. Modern, sleek, and maybe the best in all of Japan. Let's find out. Any death? No. Thank you. Good afternoon. Hello. But we made it all the way up already. I'm seeing a side of Tokyo I haven't seen yet at all. We're seeing the river. Look at that. Wow. Now that is one big wow. And also lots of new developments, bridges passing through. So here we're gonna do the check-in. And I suppose this is the lounge throughout the day. What would you recommend from the teas? Something... that sounds very good.
Let's try also the Fairmont original.
So let me confirm with you for this.
This time, so you're seeing with us in the room, Fairmont Tokyo Tower view, with the back. And downstairs, so the room is 4208.
Already here, yeah? We're on 42 right now? Perfect.
Yeah, so it's very
Wow.
yeah, it looks better at night.
Ooh, even better at night. Very nice. Oh, wow.
As the Tokyo Tower,
I thought the tower is gonna be somewhere in the distance. Usually on the photo look bigger.
Yeah, it looks
Here in real looks bigger.
yeah, it
Wow.
really looks bigger. Yeah.
That's very, very nice. Very good. All right.
Actually, we got here.
Crazy, crazy.
We got the cruisers. Very good.
Very nice. I got the smaller one.
And here you got
Big one. Very nice.
You just turn it on.
Perfect.
With Bluetooth and press it.
Guys, this room is an absolute work of art. Just stepping into it for the first couple of minutes, I have to tell you, this is one of the nicest rooms that I've ever seen. It's not the size, it's not just the view. Here I was really banking on the view, and it truly does not disappoint. First of all, we're seeing the Tokyo Tower, but it's not just that. You see this never-ending giant, the largest city, urban, in the world. Lots of skyscrapers, nothing too crazy. In the sort of middle from my side, the Tokyo Tower. And so, we're going outside. And guys, trust me, the last thing right now it is warm. Woo. We made it to the pool. This one actually in particular is the outdoor pool. And I gotta tell you, wow, you know, it's the simple things. It's these kind of places where there's nothing crazy about this pool. It's just absolutely flawless designed pool with a view of the Tokyo Tower, with the sauna that is super hot, one of the hottest I've ever walked in here.
翌朝、彼はホテルのラウンジで朝食を楽しみ、日本の伝統的な朝食セットを体験することに決めました。肉、魚、ご飯、そして味噌汁というバランスの取れた組み合わせは、繊細で優しいながらも、非常に奥深く美味しい風味をもたらしてくれました。日の出ずる国の本来の食文化は、まさに全ての感覚を完全に呼び覚ます強烈な魅力を持っています。
Alrighty guys, breakfast is served, and I'm not sure. Is that maybe a bit overboard? Or is that just right? So this is the breakfast right now. In the lounge, very similar, I would say, to downstairs. But don't know. I mean, take a look. We got again the fruits, we got some this stuff, then I was like, yeah, sure, let's do an avocado toast. Oh, you have Japanese breakfast? Yeah, I do have to try that. And of course, little omelet for the proteins and some more fruits and juice. And so, yeah. Let's say it like that. We're definitely gonna have a solid breakfast, as you see right now. Having the Japanese breakfast, and it's so nice. Have these like very subtle yet strong flavors, bit of meats, bit of fish, bit of rice, and a nice little miso soup. Wow, so good. Mm-hmm.
午後4時という非常に早い時間帯に夕闇が迫る頃、彼は100年の歴史を持つ東京駅から皇居の方向へ歩みを進め、その後、高級感あふれる銀座エリアへと入っていきました。
On a different note, we are just coming out of Tokyo Station. Wow, I've been told it's a nice spot. Seen a couple of pictures. So this one has been built in 1912, 14, something, a good bit over 100 years ago. And actually, through being here, we're also heading towards the Imperial Palace right now, recording as of late November, and it's getting dark around 4 p.m. Right now it's 4 p.m. I was like, maybe sunset soon? Wow. So basically they actually built this station to be facing the Imperial Palace. Let's go see. And you know, here you really feel it. Like what I'm most curious about in Japan and in Tokyo, I haven't walked into the small side street yet. I would say we're doing the more modern part first. Is really how is the city structured. I'm much less interested to go like try matcha ice cream. We might though. And all of these things. I'm interested to see how is life in Tokyo. How does it feel to come and travel and visit here and just see a different way of living, a society that has been one of the most powerful ones economically that just exploded in the 1970s, 80s. I'm reading up a lot, even more deeper about it right now. And how for the past couple of decades is actually just like, you know, coasting. Not that much is happening in Japan in the last 20, 30 years, but what they have built thus far is pretty incredible.
高級ブランドが立ち並ぶこの賑やかなショッピング街で、彼は創造的な建築物、快適な歩行者空間、そして年配の世代がスポーツスーパーカーを運転している光景に特に強い感銘を受けました。この街が放つ豪華でありながらも非常に落ち着いた雰囲気は、上流階級の洗練された感覚をもたらしてくれます。
We are in Ginza, another district and another one of these all across street crossings. I absolutely love them, to be honest with you. So this is, let's say, a more upscale shopping district. Like you see the kind of, you know, the Pradas, these type of brands. Very, very impressive architecture. Let's say more creative rather than impressive. All the buildings are kind of like mid-sized tall, maybe 50 meters, maybe pushing 100. And all of that is like shopping, good amount of people, but much more laid back than like a Shibuya or something. So I haven't seen much more other than just fancy everything, including the cars. But one thing you have to say, seen a Ferrari, seen a Porsche, but it's always so far an old guy sitting in there, maybe with an old woman, a grandma, the generation that had it good.
翌朝、彼は狭い住宅街を縫うように歩き、築50年の家屋が新築の建物と混在する、より古風な別の東京を発見しました。人口密度が高く、1平方メートルも無駄にしない狭い空間であるにもかかわらず、象徴的な自動販売機から歩行者優先の道路に至るまで、あらゆる隅々が極めて清潔で静かに保たれていました。この巨大都市の中心に交錯する 生活空間を大切にする姿勢とゆったりとした生活のペースは、まさに称賛に値する文化です。
I just saw one with like a really old house over there. Let me show you that. So basically small, little, everything is very compact. As you might imagine, they're saving on space. All the roads are very, very narrow, but super walkable. Like you have some of the streets that is kind of like Japanese city design. You have some roads that are more meant for cars, but everything else pretty much is a pedestrian pathway. So that's what I mean. Somebody doesn't quite feel like changing things up, or maybe doesn't have the resources. So you see somebody has rebuilt their house, looking super nice. Other houses are probably from like pushing 50 years plus, old metal, and all of that together in one neighborhood. Lots of bicycles, but you do have to say, even though it looks a bit cramped, it's very, very clean, maintained, quiet. So another thing that is an absolute legend is obviously their little drink machine. This one actually also sells cigarette. Very common all over Japan. In the city they're a bit more fancy. Here this one's one for the people. One's not working. The real deal. So this is how I expected it to be actually much more residential, but considering you need to house somewhere these millions and millions of people, it's still extremely dense. There's not one square meter, I would say, going to waste. Little shop, something absolutely everywhere. So if you happen even to stay a bit outside of Tokyo, this is how it looks. Heading out tonight, in the middle of the night. So easy access to the airport. There's actually two in Tokyo. Well, that's interesting. I come around closer to the metro on the other side. It's actually crazy busy. Old kind of shops just opening up towards 11 or 12 it is even already. So life is still slow out here, and what I do, I just have to say I love it, is so many streets are pedestrian focused. So with that, nobody bats an eye for you walking on the middle of the street, because everybody does it on streets that are more or less just for pedestrians. And yeah, I love it. So, how to say it, like a little bit back in time, at the same time just a real life, no fluff.
大阪へ向けて出発する前の東京での約1週間を締めくくるにあたり、男性観光客は、この都市が最も予期せぬ形で彼の心を完全に奪ったと認めました。超高度なインフラを備えながらも、東京は古き良き営みと独自のアイデンティティを持つ無数の街角を維持しており、それが彼のここ数年間の中で最も興味深い旅行体験の一つとなりました。人々の心を完全に魅了する日本の力は、この場所を誰もが一生に一度は訪れたいと切望する世界トップ10に入る目的地へと変えたのです。
And so this has been almost a week in Tokyo, and I have to tell you, there's a lot of things that were quite a bit different than I expected them to be. First of all, I thought it's just going to be another one of those countries I visit to take a look, kind of like I went to South Korea. I thought it was cool, Seoul. I visited at this point most countries in Asia, with very few exceptions, like maybe Myanmar, which I will check out maybe. But with that, I didn't expect Tokyo. Let's come a bit closer.
I absolutely did not expect Tokyo to captivate me as much as it did. At first, I was quite surprised by how some things are still running a little bit old school. I don't just mean the fact that they don't have like a little visa machine or something, but just from like how absolutely super advanced the society has become. And at some point, everything is built, all the infrastructure is there. There's so many niche, different corners. Every neighborhood is quite a bit different than the other. And yeah, absolutely fascinating. Actually, right now I'm coming to you from a different city, just rolled up here. We are in Osaka, the second largest city in all of Japan. And maybe I'm gonna do a video reflecting a little bit on why in some ways visiting Japan was my most interesting travel experience in many years. And how in some ways I feel like perhaps also it's a little bit overhyped in some ways, but in other ways, it is one of the most interesting places you can visit. I've been living around the world, traveling, but even more so living around the world. And the idea is always to understand a little bit how does life look in different countries, what are the pros, what are the cons. Some places I actively go to because I feel like that could be a place to stay longer, be it one of the bases. Japan, not sure if I could live here, but as a travel destination, top 10 without a doubt.
華やかで近代的でありながら、古き良き価値観を完全に尊重している東京は間違いなく世界で最も偉大な目的地の一つです。皆様は、この都市のどの体験や街角に一番感銘を受けましたか？ぜひ下のコメント欄でシェアしてください。そして、次回の動画で大阪へと直行する列車に引き続き同行するため、高評価とチャンネル登録をお忘れなく。それでは、またお会いしましょう。